Hi everyone, my name is Steve Hollatz and I am your trusted local real estate agent here in the Westchester County area, just north of the beautiful city of New York. So today I wanted to go over a little behind the scenes of how the MLS, or the Multiple Listing Service, works. Now, the Multiple Listing Service is a database of information available online exclusively to real estate agents and licensed real estate agents. You have to have an account, and accounts are only issued to licensed agents. So the information that I'm going to show you now, this is what we as agents see. Now, the information in the MLS is exported out to various websites such as Realtor.com and Zillow and other websites like that the public can see, but the MLS is the core where all this information is, and not everything in the MLS gets sent out to websites like Realtor.com or Zillow. So it's a good place to start if you're a buyer or a seller. You want to just get some information about properties that are for sale in your area or properties that have sold, but there's much more information available to agents through the MLS. So it's important to have a really good agent on your side, because they'll have access to this information, and if they know what they're doing, they can really do a good job of gathering data and finding information that's super hyper relevant to your needs. So let's switch over to the MLS. I've got the MLS open here, and this is an active site right now. Today is November the 16th, 2023. And what you're seeing here is live from today as we speak. So the first thing that we see here is called the dashboard. This is customizable. And what I have here is I like to see what is going on in the market. So I have something called a market watch. And I have it set for the last 7 days. I can narrow it down if I want to or customize it, but I think in the last week is a good starting point. And then I can also sort it by single family homes, condominiums, co-ops, multifamily, commercial, so on. But I'm going to just leave it on single family. So in the last week, there are 82 new listings. So that's properties that were just posted onto the market. So 82 listings. You go down here, you see different categories. The next one that's interesting is pending. Pending is when a property has been shifted from a new listing or current listing into a property where a buyer has already negotiated a deal and they are in what we call contract. They're in contract. So these are the properties that are pending in the last week. And then if you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see sold. These are the properties that sold. So these are properties that closed in the last week. So let's just go up to new listings and let's take a look at what we see. So now we've got a view of all the properties in the last 7 days that have listed. So we see here the date that it was posted. We see here the address. We see here the post office for that property. We see the listing price, bedrooms, baths, square footage, lot size, year built. DOM stands for days on market. That's important to know because the longer a property stays on the market, the higher that number is. The likelihood of the seller, there's a higher likelihood of the seller being motivated to negotiate a good price on the property. Something that was just listed, of course, that seller is going to want to wait and see what kind of offers come in. So the days on market is really important. So what I like to do is you can sort these columns. What I like to do is I like to sort by the listing price. So now I'm telling it to sort from the lowest price to the highest price. So right now in the last 7 days, this property was listed for $399,021. Somebody has some kind of favorite number or special meaning for $21, but they have it listed at $399. So let's go ahead and open this property, and this is what we see when we go into what's called the listing. So we see all the information here. We see the address, we see the P.O. box, we see the city, we see the county, we see information about the bedrooms and the baths and the property size, the school districts. That's important for a lot of people. Then we go further down here and we see the property taxes. Now, this is what is showing in the MLS. This should always be verified with the taxing authority to make sure it's accurate, but this property is listed for $6,515 as far as property taxes. There's a link here that will take you to more information, which we won't go into in this video. Then you see more information about the house itself, the heating, the AC, the fuel, the water. This is important to know if it's a well or if it's provided by the municipality or private company. Then we've got a section here called Public Remarks. The public remarks, this is what gets posted by the listing agent, the agent for the seller, and it just provides information about the property. This is also what may get exported out to sites like Realtor.com or Zillow. Now there's a section below here that says agent only remarks. Now this is intended only for the agents. Things such as, best days to show, don't bother the tenants, please make all offers in a certain format. That's information that is designed for the agents. And then as you go further down, you see who the listing agent is, you'll see their contact information, and you'll see again information about the listing price. So that is the information on the listing. Another thing that's posted here is the photos. So if we click on that, we can now see photos. So these again are photos that were taken by the listing agent, and these are the photos that are being exported out to the world. So when a listing agent asks to take photos, this is where they end up here on the MLS. You see there are 19 photos here. So those are the basics. There's obviously a lot of buttons up here, but for all practical purposes, this is the main screen for when we're looking at properties. Now, let's go back and let's just take a quick look at a sold property, and there'll be a little bit more information shown. So let's go to sold, and let's go to this first property here. I haven't sorted this, so this is kind of just showing me by date, but I'm going to go to this first property. Now you can see that the property was listed for $597 and it's sold for $630,000. So it's sold for $33,000 more than its asking price. And if I scroll down, you'll see all the same information, but now at the bottom you're going to see some new information. You're going to see here is the listing agent's information, and then below you'll see the information for the buyer, the buyer's agent. And you'll see the selling price, the listing price, you'll see when it was closed, what date it closed. So this closed fairly quickly, within a month, which is a little unusual, but that's how they posted it. So it was listed on November 12th, and October 12th, and it just closed on November 10th. Another interesting thing to see here is this line right here. This is the selling price to listing price percentage or ratio, and here it shows you what we see in the price, which is that it was sold for over the asking price, so 106%. So it sold for 6% more than the price. And then you can see here, this probably explains why it was sold in 30 days. It was sold or purchased with cash. So that is the information on the MLS. Again, this is the central hub for data regarding properties that are for sale in Westchester. There's a lot of information in here, and one of the great things about the MLS is that as an agent, we can prepare criteria in here so that when something gets listed or posted on here, the minute it gets posted, we can set it up so that an email or a notification goes out to our clients, and it's just automatically done by the MLS so that you can get up to date, up to the minute information. So for instance, if a new property gets listed, if we tell the criteria that we want to know all properties in Eastchester under a certain price, that goes right out to the client through the MLS. So very great feature to have here. I'll do one more thing. I'm going to go in here and just show you how we would search for specific property with specific criteria. So right now, we are just in the search window, and this is showing us all current properties listed on the MLS right now. There's over 5,000 matches. So let's narrow down a search here. So let's say we want to just see properties in Eastchester. So we type Eastchester, and now it's only showing us properties in Eastchester. Now you see this number down here moved down to 39 matches. So I can do other things, such as I can say I want the property to show anything less than 400,000, or I can tell it how many bedrooms I want, or how many baths, or how much square footage. So I can really narrow this down to only properties that meet a certain criteria. But for our purposes, we're just going to see, let's take a look at all the properties currently available today in Eastchester. So now I click on results, and now we're going to see the screen that we saw earlier. But now the days on market are not, restricted to only 7 days. Now it's basically open to anything that's available on the market. So the DOM, the days on market, is always interesting to see, because a property that's been listed for longer, again, probably have a more motivated seller. We've got a property here that's been listed for 370 days. That's a year. And so, it's interesting the property hasn't sold. Maybe it's just priced too high. So you as a buyer and me as your agent may advise you to, if you're interested in that property, put in a slightly lower offer than what's the listing price. So this is the information that you can get out of the MLS. So this is how the MLS works. Again, it's only restricted to agents. So if you hire me, this is where my starting point will be. And as a listing agent, I'd post your property here. I would also obviously post it in social media and other formats, make phone calls to the agents that I have a relationship with. And as a buyer, I use this information to look at the properties, reach out to the agents, and take it from there. So I hope this information was helpful. Again, that's just kind of a behind the scenes of how the MLS works here in Westchester County. And it's pretty much the same system throughout the United States. I used to be in California, in Southern California, and the MLS pretty much worked the same and looked the same as what we have here in New York. So again, if you're in the market, either to buy or sell property, it would be my honor to speak with you, and I'd love to work with you and answer any questions you might have. So, if you are on YouTube, be sure you like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you'd like to stay up to date on all videos that I post here on YouTube. So again, thank you very much for watching. Take care.